Right, I'm going to fit the oxygen through Hull Penetrator. So this is a Phosphobronze Penetrator, and it's like this to reduce adiabatic heating, which is where oxygen can heat up if it hits obstructions. It's reasonably complicated, but there's this bronze thing will also absorb heat. So this has been O2 cleaned. So what I'm going to do is, so this bit and the end part there are O2 clean areas. So that's an oxygen O-ring on that, and this is just an ordinary O-ring because this is the through hull. So it's a penetrator and oxygen part in one. So I'm being really careful not to get any dirt on it or anything. And what I'm going to do is I've got my hands are washed and clean. And I'm going to put a tiny little bit of silicone grease on the O-ring around there, and perhaps a little bit around this bit where it passes through the hull. Okay, so that's that bit, and I'm just going to stick it in. Like that. Right, it's on. All good. So what I'm going to do now is lock that. So I've managed to get the chain wrench on it, and now I'm just going to do it up from the inside. So it should be fairly straightforward now. This is why I wanted to put this on first, because there was a bit of scrambling to get the chain wrench on. So I didn't want any little bits going on to the clean part. So, because this is all the kind of dirty side of it. So I can go inside now and tighten it up. Right. Okay, so first thing, wash my hands again. And I'm just going to tighten this up. And finally, I'm just going to nip this one up now. Like that. Chain wrench off. And now we're all good. So that now, this is the O2 regulator. This is set to crack at 14 bar. This is a relief valve. So if the pressure gets more than 14 bar, it'll crack. And the regulator itself is set to deliver 100% oxygen into the cabin at 10 bar. Then I've got my gauge so I can see how much gas we've got, and obviously that screws into the tank. So that can all just go in there for now and sit there, because this is all the sort of outside kind of dirty side. So that's where the tank goes, and it's being cleaned and refilled and whatnot at the moment. Okay, as I said last week, I wanted to do a quick dump test. Of course, that's gone wrong. Everything seems to be against me. But what's happened is the harbour have got a new crane, and so they need to wait 2 weeks while they all get trained up on the new crane. So I can't wait, so I've got to wait for either 2 weeks or do it some other way. So what I'm going to do, the main thing I want to test, there's three things. I want to make sure that I haven't got any leaks on these vents, these new vents, which I can do with some fairy liquid, so I'll do that. I want to make sure the overpressure valve is sealed. I can do that with some fairy liquid as well. And I want to test this motor because there's something wrong with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it off. And this is, I really don't like doing this because it's a bit of a nuisance. But I'm going to do it. So, first thing is to remove this. Remember that's at the top, because when I get to put this back on, I'll go, look at how many times on the button. So I'm going to take this off, put that there. Right, now I'm going to undo this from the inside and pull it out. Okay, so get this undone. Oops. Washer. Change of scene angle. Okay, I don't like taking these out just because I don't. The O-rings are a little bit finicky in here. Feels okay. Right, thinking about this logically, the fault, they were heating up here. So I'm kind of thinking the fault must be in here. So right or wrong, I'm going to take these off and have a look at them. At least if I redo these, I'll feel a bit better. So I'm just going to pull these off because they've never been that good. Feel as if they're loose, or I'm going to do these again. I know that when I did this, it was really difficult to get them on, so I'm a bit reluctant to do this, but I did it once, so we'll do it again. Right, so I've pulled that one out. That one's not connected properly. That one, this is the positive, and it is in okay. It's good and solid, but it is sort of braiding like that. You know, it could have been like, possibly with the twisting, it's become undone. I was convincing myself that I think that might have just come a little bit twisted, untwisted like that, as it was, and that would definitely cause some heat. So if I can just get this back somehow. So I've got a possible idea, is that what I could do, these were really difficult to solder because there's a brass, or is it brass? Yeah, it is. It's a brass rod all the way through, and it just scoops up all the heat. But I can use the hydraulic gadget, and I can get it on like that. I mean, this isn't the right way to use it, as I'm sure you know, but I could crush that. So I could try and get the thing in and try and squash it. I'm just going to have a little think about that. Right, I'm going to put the drop weights back on. And what you do in this situation is you just sort of oaf it. Right. This 150 pounds is about as much as I can lift. Well, I can't lift it on in one go, but I can just about lift it with one end on the floor. Right, so here we go. There, right. That's that end in. I can't remember how I did it. Ow! Just got to keep my fingers and everything out of the way in case it kind of decides to fall. that that was the right way. I'm not sure which way it was actually supposed to go. I suppose I better go and have a look. The handle.